streaming giant Netflix now expanding its platform to include live sporting events. The company offering special coverage of NFL games, streaming its first Christmas Day game back in 2024 with plans to show the first regular season game this September. It comes as the Federal Communications Commission is probing the NFL over the high subscription costs and limited access to streaming games. NFL executives say as much as 87% of the league's total games are shown via broadcast networks, now warning streamers gaining access to NFL games are harmful to the traditional sports industry, not to mention expensive. Joining me now in a Fox Business exclusive is the co-CEO of Netflix, Ted Sarandos. Ted, great to have you.
Thanks for having me, Bria. Thanks.
Thank you so much for being here. It is upfront season, and I know that you're going to be presenting tomorrow.
We are here in New York because we're presenting to our upfronts tomorrow.
And I want to ask you about that. But look, for a long time, you avoided sports rights, right? What changed? When did you actually view sports, live sports, as a big opportunity for you?
So we have a live event strategy that started with stand-up comedy. We've expanded it to do things like Skyscraper Live, which was a crazy event from a few months ago. And live sporting events are, part of that strategy. And really what we're focused on is where can we add value to that entertainment? So in the case of the NFL, where can we add value to the NFL? Our audience is more international, and it's also much younger. So we're able to expand the audience for the NFL, and we bring those games to the public in an unbelievably economical way. It's $8.99 to join Netflix, and you get this enormous mountain of entertainment that includes, in this case, Christmas Day football.
Well, $8.99 versus free on the broadcast channels when you have sports already there in your package.
Well, first I'd say on Christmas Day when we have our games on the air, both the away and the visitor team, those games are available on broadcast in those local markets. And remember, most folks are paying for television through pay television packages that are much more expensive than Netflix or any streaming service.
So how essential would you say sports, live sports, is for the growth of Netflix over the mid and long term then?
Well, look, we're leaning into live events, which include live sports, and we just did in Japan. We had the World Baseball Classic, broke all viewing records for us in Japan. So these, again, leaning into the eventized event. We're not bidding on whole seasons of sports, including the NFL. But we have found, by the way, the NFL to be a great partner, and they're looking to innovate constantly. And I feel like it's a great American story because it's a great American product, and the fact they keep leaning into and investing in this thing that people love and expanding reach to it by going to where the people are. And as viewers move a little bit from linear more and more into streaming and on demand, if the games aren't there, it seems kind of ridiculous. You don't run in the opposite direction of the American consumer.
Of course, you've got to follow where the people are going. You've got to be there. That's why I want to ask you about video on the phones and what you're doing in terms of vertical video. But you disrupted television a long time ago. I mean, the traditional television. Are you now becoming a modern version of that? How do you see Netflix changing in terms of going deeper into advertising and deeper into some of these live things that you're talking about?
Yeah, I think when we started doing what we're doing, so we started, remember, we were just mailing DVDs around the U.S. when we first started.
Unbelievable.
Yeah. And then when we got into streaming, we looked at it and said, okay, the counter position was not to do advertising because you looked at what were consumers a little frustrated with back in those days. And then when we leaned into making our own original programming, what were people frustrated by? Having to wait till next week for the next episode. So we went and launched House of Cards with all the episodes at once. And it wasn't to disturb just to disrupt the market for disruption's sake. I really felt like if you didn't continue to innovate, that you would be destroying the market. So you have to use this position to kind of lean into what consumers want, try to figure out a way to build a business model around what consumers want, and then you can win that way. And not being so beholden to the old rules. The wait till next week rule was something that it was a business model, not a consumer desire.
Well, look, House of Cards was great. That was just a great series.
It feels like a long time ago, doesn't it?
It really does. It really does.
2012.
So when you're talking about this next stream of growth at Netflix, and you look at things like vertical video and going, on the phone, I mean, are you competing directly with things like TikTok and YouTube and Meta? Is that who you're looking at?
We're looking at, basically we look at the moments of truth when people pick up their remote control and push a button to see what they're going to watch that night. Now, most of that for us takes place on the television. As you can see, younger people watch a lot more content on their phone, but not typically professional content. So we're looking at all the different ways that people are engaging with screens, primarily the big screen, the television screen, and then using things like the mobile phone to help enhance discoverability, to build fan bases, to kind of deepen the fandom in our programming, which is really something we've pushed into. Historically, our mobile interface was basically was a mimic of what was on television, and obviously people use their phone differently. So we're leaned into new things like vertical video that we just added to our mobile.
Yeah.
So that's the kind of regular evolution of how people are using more than one screen at the same time.
So what do you say to the critics who, leading into this segment about streaming sports? I mean, should leagues still be receiving this antitrust protection when it comes to what you're doing? I mean, you're competing with everybody, so you're moving more premium games behind streaming platforms. I have a friend, she said, my son can't watch the Knicks because, now we got to go to Amazon. I mean, what do you want to say about that? Do you risk becoming the gatekeeper of live sports?
I think you have to expand access, and you have to expand choice, and you have to expand opportunities. And people will go to where they form those habits. And if you add value to the consumer, they will pay you back and show up. And I feel like what we're able to do by eventizing live sports. We did opening day baseball with the Yankees and the Giants, and it was really. Opening day baseball is something that happens in the park, but it hasn't really been a TV event before. So we were leaning into kind of eventize opening day baseball for MLB. And I think this is something that we could do. And I think the leagues have got to be continuing to reinvent, and they've got to continue to invest as well and find new partners who can take them into the next generation of fans.
I understand all that for sure, and if you've got the same product or a good product, this is the competitive marketplace. But where does that leave the regulators? I mean, what happens in terms of Washington looking at the way you're looking at things and saying this is the same thing that big tech is doing? Shouldn't Washington be treating dominant streaming platforms the same way it treats big tech?
This is something that's great for the consumer because it gives an inexpensive, very, very affordable way to watch sports and television and movies and kids programming and podcasts and play games. All those things for $8.99 is an amazing proposition for consumers. It's great for the leagues that they have a lot of an active competitive base of folks bidding for those games. They're that valuable. So I think it's an important part to the American success story of the economy is that you can lean into it and be competitive, and you have to deliver.
So you're saying this is just all part of a competitive landscape. That's your answer to the regulatory concern, because people will say, look, there's a concern. There's going to be a handful of tech leadership companies controlling premium entertainment right now.
I would say people probably said the same thing when pay television, which is most people are probably watching this show on right now, came into the place and took the place of TV over the antenna. This is a kind of natural evolution of technology and consumer demand.
So Ted, how does advertising feel to you right now? Give us a sense of the economy right now. What do you say about ad sales right now? How's it going?
Well, that's where we're in New York for our upfronts, and for us, it's feeling pretty great. This year we'll double our ad business. We'll end at about $3 billion in ad revenue. And I feel like that giving folks the opportunity to reach advertisers in a different way. On Netflix, when people watch the ad on Netflix, they are measurably more engaged in the messaging. So when they're watching Netflix, it's a much more intentional process than just putting TV on in the background.
Maybe.
And that has tracked into, and advertisers are seeing it by the call to action responses and all those things. So the attention that we're able to bring to a brand and to a message has been very popular.
But this is not what we thought we were getting when Netflix just came on board, right? I mean, does advertising fundamentally change the culture at Netflix?
Well, you get both. You could do, if you choose not to have advertising, there's a plans for that. If you would like a lower price point and you don't mind advertising, there's a price point for that as well.
And let me get your take on how you're feeling today after that long, hard-fought battle over Warner Brothers. I mean, you withdrew from the high-stakes bidding of Warner Brothers earlier this year, competing with Paramount Skydance to acquire the studio. Shareholders approving the roughly $110 billion merger between Paramount and Warner. You posted a loss in the Warner Brothers then posted a loss in the first quarter, attributing it to the $2.8 billion charge required for a Netflix termination fee. What does this mean for future acquisitions? You've got the loss as a result of losing that deal. Where does it put the company today?
Look, our plan has always been and continues to be to grow organically. We build our base, we built our revenue base, we built our audience with producing and licensing and partnering with broadcast and cable companies and networks around the world. That business is going very well. As you saw in the first quarter, we grew revenue by 16%. We grew our operating income by 18%. And we've got a healthy guide for 26. We're going to go to 50.7 to 51.7 is the revenue range, billion in revenue for next year, with a roughly 13% top line growth, 31.5% margin. So the business is going well without any acquisition, without any M&A. The Warner option was a very unique one, and it was at a price that we believed that at a price it could be additive to the business, a nice to have, not a need to have, and we exercised the discipline to walk away when that price got out of control.
Yeah.
But I'm totally comfortable. We're about 5% of TV time today. We're about 45% of homes that our addressable market. We're about 7% of revenue in the things that we compete for in television and games and advertising. So we've got plenty of headroom to grow, and the business is going along great.
Ted, I was watching as an outsider. You wanted that deal bad. And by the way, David Zaslav wanted you to have that deal bad, I think, for a while. And I thought it was going to happen. But when you look at this moment of time we're in with AI, how does AI change the movie business and what you're doing? And I just said to myself, wow, he's willing to put all that money down for this company, and yet aren't things changing around us in a big way as a result of AI?
Yeah, I think AI is going to unlock the ability to tell stories you couldn't before, which is really exciting. I still think it requires great storytellers.
But it's cheaper. It'll make things cheaper.
It'll make things a little bit faster, a little bit cheaper, but if it doesn't make them better, then it will not help. So, but I think the core here is it can make them better, faster, and cheaper. And then you could actually put more on the screen, which I think is great for fans. One of the things we're talking about today, we launched this Netflix Effect microsite, which is a place that we could tell the stories of the economic impact that Netflix has on the entertainment industry around the world and on local economies around the world. And AI being part of that picture, people, ask the right question, which is how is that all going to be impacted? So far, the last 10 years of our original production, since we went global, basically we went from 60 countries to serving 190 countries literally in the flip of a switch 10 years ago. And we started seeing this thing called the Netflix effect, which is like, well, when the show's on Netflix around the world, things happen. Songs get jammed up into the charts. Books that were made, put out 10 years ago start selling again, end up on the New York Times bestsellers charts. All these different things about the Netflix effect, but the real Netflix effect is the effect we have on the economy. And since we've done, in the last 10 years, we put $325 billion into the U.S. economy, 225 of that in the U.S. We've done 150 million jobs. So you've got these multi-billion-dollar impact on the economy, tens of millions of jobs from doing this. This positive effect we've had on the economy around the world is going to keep growing, even with the impacts of AI. It's going to be aided by that as well, I think, by the ability to tell more difficult, stories. We saw, we do a show in Argentina called the Internet. It had some VFX that were powered by AI tools, which was made it a very inexpensive way to tell a very big story.
Yeah, I was just wondering on how AI changes making movies and whether it's much more cost effective. I mean, that was really where I was going with that. But and I want to talk about the investment that you're making in the New Jersey studio and the facility there. But let me get your take on what's going on in Texas, because the AG there, Ken Paxton, filed a lawsuit against the company, obviously, accusing Netflix of spying on children and other consumers by collecting data without consent. Look, we live in a world of data, Ted, and the platform, arguing that the platform has been designed to be addictive. This is the issue that so many are dealing with right now in terms of media. What do you want to say to those people behind Ken Paxton in Texas?
Well, I would say, with all due respect to the great state of Texas and to the Attorney General, he's wrong, dead wrong. We have the most transparent privacy policies in the industry. The idea that we make the product to be addictive. Do we make great television? Yes. Guilty. Do we make it artificially addictive? Absolutely not. We give people a lot of choices. In fact, our privacy policy, which we take very, very seriously, is the most transparent in the industry. I look forward to explaining this to the Attorney General in court.
Ted, I want to take a short break and then come back. But when we come back, I got to get your take on why New Jersey, the investment that you're putting in that facility, and also you've been around big numbers, and I got to get your take on all this money moving into AI. $600 billion coming from Meta alone. We're with Ted Sarandos, and we'll be right back right here live.